if you come to your mat and you just find yourself in a supine position, so we're going to start laying on our backs, focusing on our breath, calming the body down. So just get comfortable. Hands can go out to the side, palms up, palms down, or even on your belly, wherever you prefer. Legs can be straight, they can be bent, wherever you need. Eyes can be open or shut, either or. And when you're ready, just start to pay attention to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take 3 deep breaths, drawing that breath down deep into the base of the stomach first. So feel your stomach rise. Layer that breath up through the lungs, through the ribs, all the way up to the collarbone. And then exhale completely. 2 more in your own time. And then when you've taken those 3 deep breaths, just gently bring your knees in towards your chest and hug them with both arms. So you can gently rock from side to side, massage that lower back into the ground. Start to mobilize those hips. And then when you're ready, just take your hands to your knees and we'll just begin to make circles with the knees. So draw them round in big or small circles, yogi's choice. I'm going to go for about 5 circles in one direction. And just take your time, feel your way around. And then when you've done 5 circles in one direction, come all the way back to center and then repeat in the opposite direction. So again, just feeling your way around those circles, noticing how your hips feel, noticing how your lower back feels, noticing any areas of tightness or tension. How does one side feel compared to the other? When you've done 5 circles in both directions, just gently bring your knees in towards your chest. Taking the toes now down toward the floor, you're going to take the hands out wide and we're just going to do 5 window wipers each side. So dropping the knees from side to side, just releasing off that lower back, unraveling the spine, stretching out the glutes, massaging the hips. One more each way. And then gently come all the way back to center. From here, we're going to make our way all the way up to seated. Finding ourselves in the center of our mat, find a nice seated position. So option here to stay cross-legged, keep your legs out in front of you, or take lotus or half lotus. So I'm going to take half lotus for this first part, taking the left foot, the sole facing upwards into the hip crease of my right leg, and then actively focusing on pressing that knee away from me down toward the floor. Just take a moment there to feel that stretch down the outside of the shin and into the ankle. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift that right arm up, reaching up tall, feeling that extension in the side body first, and then exhaling as we reach all the way over to the left. You can take that left hand now to the floor to support yourself, or keep it actively pressing down on that knee, wherever you prefer. And just take 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way back up to center. Switching over the legs and the arms now. We're going to take that left leg underneath, right leg comes on top. So if you're sat cross-legged, just switch over your crisscross. If you're sat in full lotus, then switch over your lotus. Taking that right sole of the foot into the left hip crease. Facing upwards, actively press that right knee toward the floor. Feel that stretch down the outside of the shin and into the ankle. And just take a moment there to feel it. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then this time we're going to take the left hand up into the sky, reaching up tall, feel that extension in the side body, and then exhale as you reach all the way over to the right. Again, right hand can go towards the floor or on the knee, wherever you prefer. 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way back up to center. Unravel the legs. We're going to come into hero pose now. So coming into a kneeling position. Option 1. If this is uncomfortable, then feel free to go back to the seated position. Option 1 is to sit back straight onto your heels and feel that stretch down the front of your quads. If you can feel nothing, or if you feel any pain in your knees, go back to the seated position. If you can feel nothing, then the next option is to take the feet out wide and let the sit bones fall between the feet, that area of the feet that you've just created, down toward the mat, and feel that stretch increase down those glutes, or quads, sorry. From here, we're just going to inhale as we lift, and then exhale to twist to look over that right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more deep breaths. And then as you exhale, unravel yourself. Inhale to come back to center, and then exhale, lift and twist to inhale, and then exhale to lift and look over that left shoulder. 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly unravel yourself back to the front. Coming out of that hero position now, just gently lift yourself up. We're going to come into a toe squat. So you can either stay in kneeling or tuck your toes underneath and then sit back on the heels. So we're opening up the underneaths of our feet. Get comfortable. Take your time to figure out where that comfy spot is. It's not going to be very comfy, I'm sorry. So just bear it for as long as you can. If you need to untuck, then untuck at any point. With the right hand, you're going to reach up and back with the hand down the spine, and then left hand is going to reach up and over, grabbing a hold of that right elbow and pulling back into a tricep stretch. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release, and then switch sides. So left arm reaches up and back, right hand comes over to that left elbow, pulls back for that tricep stretch, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Coming back into that kneeling position, untuck the toes, wiggle them a little bit, and then walk the feet into a standing forward fold. So we're going to come into ragdoll to begin with, drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and then taking opposite hand to opposite elbow. Just take 3 deep breaths. You can rock from side to side. Focus on really extending out of the base of the pelvis or the base of the spine, so drawing that spine out of the pelvis, drawing the chest over the thighs, really finding that full forward fold. 1 more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. So here we're going to take another 3 deep breaths. Option to just place the hands on the floor or take the hands back behind the legs and start to straighten the legs as you reach the heart forwards a little bit more and come deeper into that forward fold. Take 3 deep breaths. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then release the hands to the floor if you haven't already. From here, we're going to take that right foot in front of that left foot, straighten the legs, find that length in the body, so reach the heart forwards, almost find that halfway lift, and then come back into that forward fold. So you're pulling back into the hips, keeping those legs nice and straight for a forward fold variation. Take 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come, bending the knees, step back to that regular forward fold stance, and then we're going to switch sides. So left foot comes in front of the right. Straighten the legs, reach forwards with the heart as you inhale. Exhale, pull back into that forward fold variation. Keeping those hips nice and high. Think about lifting up and back. And then folding that body deeper over that front leg. 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly step back to that forward fold position. From here, we're just going to take 3 crouch curls to release off the legs. So inhale as you lift the heels off the floor. Bring the knees towards the chest, nose to knees. And then when you're ready, exhale, push up and back into that forward fold. So pushing the weight again into those hips, straightening those legs. Stretching that tummy over the thighs. Inhale to come down. Exhale to push up and back. Last one. Inhale to come down. Exhale to push up and back. From here, inhale as you come into that crouch position, and then exhale to lower yourself all the way to the floor. Finding yourself in a seated position with the legs straight out in front of you, you're going to take the right leg out towards the side. So you're now in a wide leg position. We're going to square the body off over to the left leg. And then we're going to inhale as we lift and reach and fold over with the right hand towards left toes. Take a nice deep breath in. And then follow that circle round across the floor. So you're scooping that right hand all the way over. Taking the left around with it, coming over to that right foot, and then inhaling to come up, and then we're going to go back the other way. So you're drawing a circle with your arms, coming through that wide leg, forward fold. We're going to do 3 circles in both directions. So that's 2, or on the second, and then last one. Come back to center, exhale, release the hands. Taking that right foot to the inside of your left leg, you're going to then square the body off to that left leg, flex the toes back towards you, inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale as you fold forwards over that left leg. Think about bringing your chest towards your thigh and then allowing your head to drop towards the knee. Take 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then we're going to inhale as we lift all the way up. We're going to swivel ourselves now facing backwards. So think of this right leg as your front pigeon leg. We're going to come into pigeon pose. A bit of mobility work here as we swivel ourselves around. So keeping that right knee pointing towards the left corner of the mat. No, sorry. Take it over to the right corner of the mat. Take that left leg back behind you, so keeping that left leg long. Sorry, I had to think that through. Find yourself in that nice level hip position. And then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in, press the ground away, open up that left hip flexor, and then exhale as you melt the body forwards over that right leg. So for you guys, you're probably facing the back of the mat, and that's absolutely fine. If you're there, you're in the right place. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then walk the hands back underneath the shoulders and we're going to come into a lizard lunge. So step back to your down facing dog, and then taking that right foot outside of the right hand, dropping the back knee to the floor. Reach the heart forwards, send the chest through the arms, eye gaze forwards. You can, with this right knee, shoot the knee forwards and out to the side and really start to work into that hip and groin area. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to go deeper, come down into your forearms or even grab a block, find that halfway house, and take 3 more deep breaths. Keep your eye gaze looking forwards. Last deep breath all the way in. The temptation is to look down. Exhale completely. And then come all the way back up onto your hands and knees. So keeping that right foot where it is, reaching up and over, right hand reaches back for left foot, bringing that heel in towards the glute. Pulse this a few times. And then we're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If this is enough for you, stay here, or you can just relax it and go back to that lizard lunge, yogi's choice. If you want to go deeper, slide the hand down towards the ankle and flex the foot back in toward the hand. Come down onto the forearm of the left arm, and then start to roll over onto the knife edge of your right foot, sending the knee out to the side and taking the eye gaze up and over to look back at the left foot as you kick back into the hand. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more deep breaths. After that second deep breath, or third deep breath, just release that foot. Come back to your hands and knees. Tap that leg back under into that pigeon pose. Take one last upright pigeon stretch. Exhale. And then swivel yourself back into that half head to knee pose. We're going to switch sides now. So left leg comes in towards the inner right thigh, right leg goes long, and you're squaring the body off to that right leg. When you're ready, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale as you come over that right leg, folding the chest towards the thigh and then allowing the head to drop towards the knee. Wherever you're at, take 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And now we're working towards the front of the mat, hopefully. So coming into that pigeon pose, left knee goes towards the front left corner of the mat. Right leg swivels back and underneath you. Coming into that upright pigeon pose. So when you're ready, just make sure you've got level hips. You can support yourself with a block or pillow, remember. And then press the ground away with the hands to open up that right hip flexor. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, melt the body forwards, coming down into sleeping pigeon. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come up onto your hands. We're going to take that left leg now back to down facing dog and then step it forwards and outside of the left hand onto, left leg back to down facing dog and then step it forwards and outside of the left hand into that low lizard lunge. So think about reaching the heart forwards, sending that knee over the toes and out to the side whilst keeping those toes glued to the floor. If you're comfortable, then feel free to stay here. If you want to take it further, come down into that forearm position again. You could always use a block as a kind of halfway house if you haven't quite got the mobility to get all the way down to the floor but need a little extra. Keep looking forwards, eye gaze forwards, keep reaching forwards with that heart. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come up onto the hands and knees again. From here, you're going to take left hand back to right foot. Bring that foot in towards the glute. Pulse it a few times. Open up that quad. And then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to stay here, option to release and just come back to that lizard lunge, or option to take the hand all the way down to the ankle, flex the foot back into the hand, and then take your right arm to the floor, so forearm to the floor. Looking over your left shoulder, kick back into the hand as you roll over onto the knife edge of that left foot. So toes can now lift. Wherever you're at, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that leg. Come all the way back into your lizard lunge. Tuck the knee under, finding yourself in that seated pigeon again. Take a nice deep breath, open up the hip flexor. And then as you exhale, swivel yourself back and round into the center of the mat. Bringing the legs together and then bringing the legs straight out in front of you. We're going to come down into a supine position now on our mats. Bring the knees in towards the chest and just rock from side to side. Enjoy a gentle massage on your lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the arms out wide. So we're going to take, the left leg is going to lower all the way to the floor. And then we're going to take the right arm out wide to the side, palm facing down. Grabbing a hold of the right knee, the outside of the right knee with the left hand, you're going to draw that knee across the body toward the left as you twist to look in the opposite direction. So head goes towards the right. Take a moment to just get comfortable here. And take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then, Obi, you're not very helpful. And then your option now is to stay here or come into pretzel pose. So if you haven't got a dog in the way, see if you can bend that left leg and grab a hold of it with the right hand. I'm doing none of that right now, so don't watch what I do. Just see if you can grab a hold of it, and then when you're there, again, think about gluing those shoulders to the floor or elbows to the floor, and just take 3 deep breaths. You're not very helpful, Obi, come on. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then unravel yourself. Inhale to bring the knees all the way back to center. Coming onto your backs. Unraveling your arm from underneath your dog if you've got one. And bringing your knees in towards your chest. Just hug them in tight, rock from side to side. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So this time we're going to take the right leg long. Left knee. Go on, move. Left knee comes in towards your chest, and you're taking a hold of that left knee with your right hand to the outside. Left arm goes out to the side in that T-shaped position, and then you're drawing that knee across the chest over to the floor and taking the eye gaze to the opposite direction, so over to the left. Knee goes to the right, head goes to the left. Hold here for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Option to stay here if you want to, or option to come into that pretzel pose. So you're going to take that left hand to right foot, reach for it, grab a hold of it, and then try and force those elbows and shoulders back toward the floor. And just take a further 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that hand from that foot. Slowly bring the knees all the way back to center. Hug them in that tight one last time. And then just get comfortable on your mat to just finish with a small bit of breath work. Taking the legs out long if you want to, or feet to the floor, arms out to the sides, wherever you're comfortable. And then when you're ready, bringing the attention back to the flow of the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Maybe using your mind's eye to follow it. In your own time, just take 3 deep breaths. Drawing that breath all the way in, layering from the base of the stomach all the way up to the collarbone, and exhaling completely. The last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly just begin to add movement to your body. Maybe you want to take a stretch. Maybe you want to take your knees in towards your chest and just gently rock from side to side one final time. And then whenever you're ready, just come over onto the right side of your body, make your way all the way up to seated. Finding yourself in the center of your mat. We'll take a nice deep breath all the way in as you lift your hands up above the head, palms together at the top, and as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.